So did you start off the brand new year with a bonus? If you did, was it cold hard cash or a hearty handshake? Companies and employees are ever debating the benefits of the bonus. Is it a gesture of thanks for employees' hard work, or has it become a source of competition and entitlement? And most importantly, at the end of the day, do they even work? Our Money Talker panel is ready to battle over bonuses. We have Julie Roginski, Mercedes Cohen, and Jack Burkman. What do you guys think? What do you think? Is money a motivator? What do you think, Julie?
So I'm a chump because I always give my assistant a bonus every year. He knows how much it's going to be. He'll tell you right now.
He knows how much it's going to. Is it different every year?
No, it's not even a bonus. Like it's kind of like it's gotten to. He's been with me for 11 years, so it's gotten to the point where
something's working. He's been with you for 11 years.
He's just probably too lazy to get another job. Knowing him,
After
if you're listening,
this.
I know, but actually, why would you? Like, you know, you're getting a bonus on top of your salary. If God forbid 1 year I didn't give him a bonus, he'd be like,
he'd be furious.
He'd probably be furious. So you know. I don't know, but I think what's more motivating is actually a hearty thank. I really do. If you say that, if you say that you're, I think if you're
bonuses cost very little. I don't care if you're talking about Goldman, if you're talking about my little radio show, if you're talking about a restaurant, anything in between. Bonuses cost very, very little. Companies get a huge upside for very little money. Worst part of it is if you don't pay it, there's a huge downside. Because people expect this at Christmas time, like, you know, for my lobbying firm, I mean, I don't know, you spend 10 grand, 15 grand on Christmas. I get $1 million in upside for spending
How do you
crumbs.
measure that? How do you know that?
Oh, you know it. You know it by the way people approach their job. You know it by the way they look when they come in the morning.
So
you know
why do it once a year then? Because that's one of the points of this, is that maybe the bonus works, but doing it once a year doesn't keep people motivated.
Well, tradition.
It motivates them in November,
well,
but it doesn't motivate them in April.
And that's a big issue then. So if it's only going to be once a year at the end of the year, then suddenly that last quarter, their behavior is going to get better. They're going to be much more industrious. They're going to work a lot harder. Well, you know what? That shouldn't be the case. Start doing it quarterly. Start doing it from the beginning. And frankly, it really is generational too. If you're talking about the folks the new millennials, they want money.
No, you don't do it quarterly. It's too small. See, I disagree. I disagree. If you do it quarterly, if you break it up, the problem is that it's too small and it doesn't have the impact. If you build the excitement and the anticipation, you hit them at the end. Everybody thinks in terms of a holiday bonus, whether you're the investment banker that wants to, you know, buy the emerald for your girlfriend, or whether you're the poor person that needs to pay the tuition. They all wait for that holiday. They all
wait
need
for
that
the big
holiday.
bonus. It was interesting in this business article. They said studies have shown that financial incentives are poor motivators. I clicked through on the studies and it went to like a YouTube video. I don't know what studies would ever show you that money doesn't motivate. Julie, money motivates.
No, and I do it because I'm a chump. But I think what actually motivates is if you treat your staff well, if they do a good job, you actually thank them.
Both?
Yeah, you do. But you know how many people actually, and a lot of people I know who work in investment banking, although they're motivated primarily by money, but but people who are not necessarily just motivated by that get offended because they truly hate their bosses. They do what they need to do because they're waiting for that year.
But the Christmas bonus makes up for hatred of the bosses.
It does, but it doesn't provide the good work ethic that you want, because if you know your boss appreciates.
Okay, so how do you fix that? How do you fix it? I mean, some of the suggestions are, you know, that you build out a way that they can anticipate what they're going to get based on goals. I mean, do you do that? Do you sort of set expectations?
Oh, here's the thing. If you do that, it's easy to say that, but then it becomes part of their salary. In other words, if you say, okay, we're going to split the Christmas bonus into 5 things, they say, oh, that's salary now. The holidays come and there's no bang, there's no push. So then it just all becomes salary. You have to, it's like Henry Ford, you have to play a little bit of a psychological game with the workers. It's money, yes, but it's also, you have to kind of trick them. It's psychology.
That is so ugly, and it's so true.
I mean,
are either of you guys want to disagree with that? No, I mean, it's terrible,
I don't practice it because as I said, an idiot, but what you said is absolutely
You're just a better person than I.
I kind of, no, I'm a true Democrat, I give it away. Right. The money, nothing else, but
But I mean, it's about, I'm not even going to go anywhere near that, Julie.
I'm talking about the bonuses, nothing else.
But it is a little bit about that element of surprise, right? I mean, isn't there that game where if you really like an employee, you're trying to anticipate what they think they're going to get and then surprise them a little bit to the upside? Is there a punishment? I mean, do you take the person who's not as good as they should have been and you still give them something, but it's less than they anticipate? It's getting a little tricky.
Yeah, it gets tricky. But I mean, and certainly in our industry, if you're not doing well as a lawyer, you really can't compensate this individual. Whether it's a bonus or salary, it's some other incentive, you really have to have some punitive measure with the attorney. So I think it depends on...
how does that conversation go at Christmas time? I mean, do you bring someone in and you say, I know you think you're getting a bonus, but you're not?
Yeah, and that's...
Have you done that?
Absolutely, unquestionably.
Does the person cry? Do they throw things at you? Have you called security ahead of time?
It hasn't gotten that bad. But yeah, I mean, they do. They get really upset. And also they're like, what? I mean, especially lawyers who have a pretty healthy ego. They're like, you mean we don't walk on water? We're not the best thing going? How could you not see how brilliant and great I am?
Yeah.
That you got to deal with, compete with that ego too. But no, the bottom
We were
line
in the
is you
car
didn't do
business.
it.
Family was in the car business. There's an old saying, 20% of the salesmen make 80% of the sales.
Right.
So what you got to do is you have to highly compensate the producers, quickly weed out and get rid of everybody else. That's the key to business.
But
and bonuses are part
But
of
to
it.
your point, I think if somebody's really bad, you don't not give them a bonus, you just fire them, which I've done
Yeah,
too.
I
If
agree
they're
with
not
you.
good, they have to go.
Yes.
What about non-monetary things? I mean, is that just a total waste of time and people are looking and they want cash? I mean, one of them, this article as well that said that money doesn't motivate says you could give out gift baskets. I mean, I think the employee who
Oh
gets
my
that is like,
God.
what did you spend on this and why didn't you just give me the 300
Yeah.
bucks or whatever it is? I mean, wouldn't you, isn't that true?
Yeah, you can't insult them. You know, that's like saying I'm going to give them a book or something for Christmas. You just have to make a quick decision. Like we've been saying, it's the Henry Ford thing. If they're
Yeah.
a good employee, you want them heavily compensated. Bonus is part of that. If not, boot them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I agree.
All right.
That's true.
Wow. Very harsh but enlightening. Thanks, you guys. Coming up, New York is one of the most progressive cities in the world, but when it comes to law